On 27th April, Saturday, I'm hosting an event in Pondicherry. The event will be inside Pondicherry city. Those desirous of meeting me can contact the WhatsApp number below or drop an email at the email given below. See you in Pondicherry.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. Today I wanted to talk about another investment class which we usually don't talk about in any of our channels, and me and Anand usually don't consider it really an investment class. But there are people who have made a lot of money of this, and I thought today, being an interesting day, I would talk about this because in the K-shaped recovery, this asset class has been going through the roof, and there seems to be a lot of talk about this because of the K-shaped recovery. And now, to refresh your memories about what the K-shaped recovery is what Anand has been talking about. Is India's been going through, not only in India, I would say lots of places in the world have been going through something known as a K-shaped recovery, where there's a diversion between the rich and the middle class and the poor, and the rich seem to be getting richer and richer, while the poor seem to be finding it harder and harder. In that situation, what happens is, as the wealthy class seem to be splurging with more and more money, more and more liquid, they are finding new ways and means of investing, as they say in quotes, or spending their money. And one of the products they seem to be really relying on spending is luxury goods. And luxury goods, strangely now, has come under the classification as an investment option. And specifically, I want to talk about the darling of this, which is the Rolex watch. Rolex watch now has gone through metamorphosis per se, and the company itself now has started cannibalizing the second-hand market by offering directly from the company second-hand watches, or they, as they say, refurbished watches or used watches, however you like to say, because the company itself has noticed over the last few years, I would say a decade or so, that the second-hand market for the Rolex watches have become ripe and sweet for the picking, and it's actually starting to outweigh and outbeat the first-hand market. That certain Rolex watches are starting to fetch much higher prices and demanding much more than a new Rolex watch would, which has been eye-watering and astonishing for Rolex, the company itself. So they themselves have been slowly venturing in it, and you've been seeing a lot of YouTube videos about this, a lot of articles about this. And this is what I was getting to. Now, is Rolex an investment class? Is a big question. And this is a philosophical take on it. What I would say is, what is the value of a Rolex watch? Is what someone like who me would say, or someone who's not into Rolex watch would say. And the counter argument from someone who's in that world, who believe Rolex watches to be an investment class, would turn around and say, then what is the value of gold? At least a watch tells you time, but a bar of gold is going to do what? Which is true. The value which we perceive in gold is our own, what we call greed, or our own enamor, our own desire, which is what drives the value of gold. And people who own Rolex watches and who are in the Rolex market believe this to be true for the Rolex watch. They believe that Rolex watches can create this kind of allure, this kind of want, and this can create a price surge in the Rolex watches, especially in the second-hand market. This is the logic which is sold to them, and they are thinking that buying a Rolex watch and holding it for a period of time would fetch handsome returns. Not only new Rolex watches, that second-hand Rolex watches, especially something called the vintage models, seem to be in this category. And in the recent past, especially models such as the white ceramic Daytona have appreciated significantly in value and tripled over decades. And there have been instances where immediately since sale, the value has spiked by 136% due to high demand of pre-owned Rolex watches. And all this has led to even more growth during the pandemic when people were at home and had disposable income, unable to go on holidays and spend these disposable incomes. This added more fuel to this fire, creating a bigger and bigger bubble in the Rolex watch. Mind you, this is what I say, there is a bubble. For the simple reason, this kind of a bubble in Rolex watch or even in vintage collectible items are very fickle, they're very time bound, and they seem to change very drastically when the weathers blow in different directions. And this is where I would ask you to be very cautious. If you've been enamored by this, or if you've been holding on to, let's say, a family heirloom, your grandfather's Rolex watch, or your uncle's Rolex watch, and you feel that you're holding on to some great bar of gold, it is not the same. A Rolex watch is not a bar of gold. The market for the Rolex watch, though it might look ripe right now, can dissipate and disappear very fast and very rapidly. This is very much true in any form of collectibles. Case in point is there used to be a show in the History Channel and the TLC channel called Pawn Stars, where a family in Las Vegas very famously would be running a pawn shop where people will bring these collectibles and they will try to pawn them off or sell them off thinking they're of great value. I strongly encourage you to watch that show for a simple reason. It will show you how fallible these things are and how what you perceive something to be of great value cannot be of great value once you walk in and actually look at it. And it also gives you a great insight into how these markets work and why you may think that you may have something of great value and may not be of great value, and that you may demand a certain price, and gives you an idea of how this market really works, the second-hand market of buying and selling. I'm sure there are fans who have Rolex watch who believe in this and who will think I'm saying things which doesn't make sense. I absolutely agree. I'm not cued into this world as most people who are in this world are cued in. I'm an outsider. I'm an investor, and I would like to see opportunities and pockets where I can make my small capital grow. And buying arts and collectibles and buying Rolex watches isn't one of them. And that is why Anand has steered very clearly away from this, because we believe in value investing. It may be fun to have a toy, it may be nice to play with it, but it is not an investment. Investment is seeing price to earnings, seeing earnings potential, and believing in the fundamentals of a business and investing and becoming an owner of that business. That is called investing. Is this investing? Not in my books or Anand's books. That is something for you to decide on your own accord. I'm not being judgmental here. I'm saying we don't believe it to be. And I have give you full freedom into defending your position in the comments down below and telling me why. And more than this, I would like to say this is a playing field for the wealthy and the famous and the rich and the affluent. Like me, most of you, my viewers, are not wealthy, rich, and affluent, nor are we influencers or cinema stars to be playing in these fields. We don't have the latitude nor the longitude in finance to play in these fields, and I would strongly suggest that you steer clear and enjoy the news for what it is. And it's an interesting read and is something fun to laugh about. Thanks for watching the video today, guys, and I hope you did enjoy it and found it entertaining. See you in the next one soon. Bye.
It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.